Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video with the Fireteam. We're going out with the Fireteam and there's a few changes I've made. One, it's fixed again. Last time I was out with it, I couldn't do anything really hardcore with the truck because I had a broken rear hub and I forget what else. But the other things are, I'm back on the stock wheels and tires. So that might not sound like much, but since I've had this truck, guys, probably only the first few runs, I used the stock wheels and tires. I've always either used the paddles when I had it in the winter, and then this summer I ran the method belted RC wheels and tires, and I think I also ran the MX-38s one time in the winter. So that's kind of cool. I forgot actually how good they looked on the truck. The other thing is I'm running the Gens Ace Advanced Series 6500 milliamp high voltage packs. Now, the funny thing, guys, about these packs are I received them a few months ago, and oddly enough, I don't have a lot of trucks that fit them. They do fit in the infraction, so I've ran one of them in the infraction, but I often, guys, run my 6S single packs. This big guy right here, I've got two of these, so usually if I'm going out, let's say with a couple of 8 scale trucks, I throw one in my packs in the other truck and I'm off and running. So these packs I never really had a lot of use for. Now where it gets funny is the fact that there was an oops when they sent them to me, and instead of sending me two, they actually, guys, sent me, well, you can see there's 3 boxes there. I think I threw the other box out, but they had sent me 4 of them. So I had 4 of these kick-ass 6500 milliamp 3S packs not really being used, to the point that I've even, guys, looked at buying something like a 6S infraction or a felony to use these packs, because I feel like they just sit there not being used. So what I did today was I had this IC5 connector, little Y adapter, I don't know from when, kicking around. So what I did was I replaced the one end with an XT90, because my Max 8 Gen 2, I had an XT or an XT90 on it. So we're going to give this a shot. Now, if I like this setup, what I'll probably end up doing is changing the ESC over to 2 IC5s or 2 EC5s, whatever. But anyways, guys, it is early in the morning, but it is a beautiful morning, so let's head out and run this truck. All right, guys, driving the Fireteam. It's funny, I just got finished driving the sledge. It's sitting in there broken, but not because of the truck's fault, just a bad landing. All me. But it runs the 1650. This is running the Max 8 Gen 2 2250. And this feels so different. And I mean, I know you're probably thinking, duh, but it, yeah, I can't, the power and just the torque is night and day. Not that this isn't fun, it just feels a lot different. I'm a big fan of that 1650 combo now. Yeah. You know, it was funny, these tires hooked up so well in the winter, and they hook up well on the grass. They just seem to really, like, not hook up on the ramp. And I know that sounds weird, but I was out with the sledge, with the stock sledge hammers, and they were hooking up awesome. I can just tell that I'm getting a lot of wheel spin on the ramp, so I'm not getting that nice launch. Oh, I had no brake there. Oh, come on. I think I need to turn my brake up a bit, because I'm not getting any, having a hard time trying to bring the nose down. Oh, come on. So far, guys, I am not enjoying this combo. Besides from my first one going up in smoke, this just doesn't feel very powerful. I don't know, it just, and I mean, I'm at punch, I think it's like punch, well, I don't remember. It's about 2/3 of the way up. It's either 4 or 7, one or the other. I don't know if it's just spinning when I try to launch it off the ramp and that's what's kicking it aside, because I don't know which video I'm going to post first, either this or the sledge, and that was not happening with the sledge. Huh. Now, I also have always driven this truck with the Method RC wheels and tires. Maybe that's part of it. But you really got to hit this thing just perfect to get it to kind of do a nice launch, which that is usually not the case. It almost seems to be better when I kind of hit those side pieces of grip tape that still have a lot of life in them. Yeah, it won't sand off this thing. It's driving me nuts. And I'm assuming it's just the tires spinning. Yeah. Like I come up to it like I would normally. I give it a gun and I don't go anywhere. And I have no control when I get up in the air at all. Like I can't bring the nosedive. I can accelerate. So I don't know if my brake is just not set up enough or not. It just feels very, I don't know. It just doesn't have the control I like. Now, this is also the first time that I've jumped this thing with the Max 8 Gen 2. So that might be part of it too. I might just have to kind of change the settings, tweak it up a little bit, but it definitely does not, it definitely doesn't feel the way I want it to. It's got a real, I don't know, it just doesn't have that punchy feel. Like, it's fast, it just doesn't have that quick punch feel. That's all. Ugh, I think I just ripped through a bunch of water. Ugh, looks horrible. Yeah, guys, it's got the speed. It just doesn't have, like I said, that punch. So it's fun when you're doing like wide open things. It just doesn't have that snappy torque, that punch that you want when you're kind of jumping. Still a lot of fun to drive. Like there. But like that's full ripping for a second there when I was kind of coming out of the turn. That's full throttle, and you can see it. It's just spinning, but still fun. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's still fun. Problem. No problem. Oh. Every time there's an audience. That was full pin on the road right there. Like that's where that, right now guys, this is actually more fun on this little, just part of the grass than actually hitting the jump. Whew. It's actually, guys, It's a work day and I took a day off, but the one thing is there's a lot of people out walking right now because it's such a beautiful day for fall, and they kind of creep up behind me. So I just got to be careful what I do. One thing with the Fireteam, it definitely needs thicker diffs. I don't know if they're lighter than like a Creighton diff. I always thought they were. Whew. But it's still, you know what, again, this is like one of those things where, you know, I wasn't really enjoying it, taking it off the ramp, but I'm over here, and this is a lot of fun. And it looks so good with that body. I like the stock Fireteam panels, but I just, when I saw this, I was like, oh man, I gotta have it. Whew, recovery. $6,500s are lasting a long time though, which is nice. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. There we go. Yeah, Arrma tough, baby. Whew. Nice. These tires definitely work great in the grass. Nice. Hit. That was the hey. All right, guys, we got the truck home. We got it back on the bench. It's still together. There is 0 broken parts. Overall, guys, I had a good time. It was a lot of fun when I just kind of stopped the ramp and was just ripping around, ripping it up that little kind of slope. What I think one of the problems today was, one, the ramp I think was wet, the tires were wet. That gravel I'm standing on there is a very hard packed, not very deep gravel. So I think just the stock tires, they didn't have enough ground, dirt, whatever you want to say, to bite in to actually give me the traction. And then I think as soon as they got wet and then the ramp got wet, because I had run the sledge first, I think that was the problem. I think that's why I wasn't hooking up on the ramp, because I did feel the ramp after, like the grip tape in the center, and there's still like grip there. Like I could still actually I didn't cut my hand, but I kind of scratched it in a spot. So there's still lots of grip there. So I think unfortunately, just with everything being wet, it just didn't hook up the way I wanted. Now, the one thing, guys, I've got to get out of the way though, is after driving the sledge with that 1650 kV, the Fireteam felt very underwhelming today. It did feel pretty underpowered. It just didn't have that explosive power. Now, obviously, I know what you're thinking. Duh, 1650 kV versus 2250 kV. Yeah, that is a huge difference. One over here is a big torque monster. This is obviously a higher revving motor at being 2250 kV. But I think the Fireteam, I think the Fireteam should have a bigger motor. Even if it's something like the 1730 that I've got in the Creighton, or go up to the 1650. That's probably, guys, also going to happen during the winter. So I really need to stop spending money and start saving, because I've got a lot of things I want to do and a lot of projects. And yeah, guys, this combo, you know what? I think I may have even said it during the video. I've kind of found it a little on the boring side. It's I've had it in a few vehicles now. I've had it in the sledge. I've had it in the Fireteam. And both of those trucks were just meh with it in. I'm probably going to try something like my Corelli Kronos XTR, the Punisher XTR, or something like that next, just being that that's a slightly lighter truck versus the Fireteam or the Sledge, and see how it does in one of those trucks. Because overall, guys, today the Fireteam was fun when I was doing, you know, more high-speed passes and all that kind of stuff, and being able to keep the throttle up. It was a good time, but it's missing that explosive power, that torque when you want to, you know, if you're kind of, let's say, a third into the power and you want that explosive power, it just wasn't there. So overall, guys, I'm not too thrilled with the Max 8 Gen 2. Again, besides from my first one going up in smoke and this one just being okay. Yeah, I'm definitely have become a huge fan of the Mamba Monster X8S. I have 2 of those now, and I've ran them in the Sledge. I've ran them in the Fireteam. I've ran them in my Habao Hyper MT Plus 2, and I forget what else, Creighton 8S. Yeah, like that should speak, guys, volumes to really what a Mamba Monster X8S is that it fits the same kind of size as a Max 8, an 8 scale ESC. You can drop it in a lot of those same trucks, and yet it still ran a Creighton 8S with 800 kV running 3939. So yeah, the Mamba Monster X8S, guys, is gonna, I've got to, again, save some money and pick up a few of those, and actually, guys, the 1650 as well. But that's it. I've rambled on long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and have a great day.